Lou Ford is why we love baseball so much. Many Oriole fans got to know his story last year when he was called up in late July to help with the Orioles' playoff push. In this interview with the Capital Gazette, Ford discusses his long trek back to the major leagues at age 36, at an age when a lot of players would have given up. Ford is an inspiration to a lot of people. Take a listen.
I think what keeps you hanging on is the relationships you have in the clubhouse and the relationship with the guys, the competition, loving the competition, but that's something I think I'll, maybe be able to find, not the same level when I'm done playing, but, still in whatever you do, but, I love it. I love playing the game still. I love, the work. Putting in the work. You don't want to give it up. You really don't want to give it up. A feeling that you can still, seeing guys that I've come up with and played with and knew I was on the same level as them coming up, and then being out of the game, still feeling like I can still do it. It's not easy though. It just the game humbles you really quick, and you gotta just keep working hard. There's no like settling in this game. You're never able to figure it out. You really got to keep working at it. Everything. It's age, injuries, the number of spots that are available on a team. You can just look at our situation here this year. There's I think 13 guys kind of trying out for the outfield, and it's the way it is every year. You can't. There's always good players out there, so you can't really get too upset when you're not invited in there. But I'm really happy and fortunate to got a chance again.
Ford was one of my mistakes. I traded him from the Red Sox to Minnesota a long time ago. Okay. So when he did well in the independent ball, Mike Bollinger, our hitting instructor, had stayed in touch with him. He's from Oklahoma, and Mike was with the Red Sox, but he came over here last year. Okay. And he recommended that we take a look at him. We'll have to see where he slots. We have Reimold is back. We have Steve Pierce, who played for the team last year, is back, and we have Connor Jackson, right-handed hitter, and Russ Kanzler. So they're all in competition for a spot with Lou, and Lou did a good job for us. He was on our playoff roster last year.
The 2-2 is well hit to left field, back towards the pole. If it's fair, it's gone. That ball is gone! A solo homer for Lou Ford down the left field line. His third of the season, and he has tied the game at 1 here in the bottom of the 7th.
Ford said he'll never forget the day the Orioles purchased his contract last year from Indie Ball in Long Island.
It was very unexpected that they had picked me up. I never really had talked to them. I was only there a couple of weeks, and I think I'd played the whole season in that league last year, the year before, and I was injured for a lot of it, but I was only there for a couple of weeks. That year I had hamstrings injuries. I'd had knee injuries before. I had the sports hernia injury before, so it's been tough, and it's something you got to keep on top of. Always trying to avoid the injuries, when you get older.
When you heard the Orioles purchase your contract, what was running through your mind?
Oh, just a lot of things. I know the first thing I just wanted to tell my friends and family that had been, with me that long to that it happened, and because I think they were more excited than I was, and it was almost like a big weight was lifted off too. That because I had a lot of people and friends, hey, you should get up there at some point. You're playing well, so I try not to think about that kind of stuff and just let it happen. But it was an amazing feeling. You know, I don't know. It's a one-time feeling in a lifetime. I'm never going to go through that situation again. So it was a great feeling.
Lou Ford is up. We hung out with him. Oh! He's safe. Yeah, Lou!
I was in the clubhouse. I was just a normal day in the clubhouse like any other day, and yeah, I was very surprised. You know, I hadn't heard of, you know, sometimes the guys, you hear that, you know, somebody was injured or, you know, somebody might get called up, and, you know, there's always talk, and I didn't hear anything, and just another day, and it happened to be a great one. Turned out to be a great day. Manager Ron Johnson, you know, told me, you know, he asked me if I wanted to fly or drive up to Baltimore. I think that's how the conversation started, and I was thinking to myself, wait, what are you talking about? And it's like, okay, I'll drive up there because I can leave right now. Yeah, these you know, I've seen, you know, I know Buck did, and, you know, Buck had told me, you know, that he you know, I put in my dues and worked hard to get back, and, you know, I respect him, appreciate his, you know, thoughts on it, and the guys. I think it's a great clubhouse here, you know. And of course they were welcoming me in, and, you know, it was great because I didn't really know a lot of the guys, but you got to know them quick, and they, you know, very respectful guys, you know. So it was. I think I fit in pretty good.
What was running through your mind as you're suiting up in Yankee Stadium, getting ready for Game 5 in the ALDS?
Honestly, what's going through my mind is, you know, I want to get somebody that night. You know, I want to have a good game and can, you know, help the team win. You know, it's had a lot of, you know, family and friends because I was living up in New York too. Go to the game, so it was, you know, it was great. I mean, to be where I was the year before, you know, I told them this after. Just reflecting on it is, the year before, you know, actually in Long Island, we were in the playoffs there, and, you know, I didn't even start, you know, some of those games, and so the next year, I'm playing against the Yankees in the playoffs, and starting against CC Sabathia. So the journey within a year was it was crazy, but it was just right down the road from where I was the year before, but so much farther away.
What would you tell other guys in a similar situation playing in the ball?
You know, I tell them to stay with it. You know, do it as long as you can, and, you know, there's always a chance. It's not only me that had made it here. You know, there were guys the year before and the year before that. There's always a chance. You know, as long as you're got the uniform on.
How long are you going to stick with it?
Yeah, that's a question I gotta just ask myself after this year. Every year, kind of just look back and try to be honest with myself and see where I'm at after this year. But for this year, for sure, I'm all in.
Ford is making a strong case to head north with the Orioles, leading them in average, and he's among their home run leaders as we approach mid-March. As he said, he's all in this season as he pushes to keep his baseball journey alive. Joel Poiley, reporting from Sarasota, Florida for thecapitalgazette.com.